Chinese New Year is the biggest and most significant holiday in China. Every year the day changes, but usually it's between late January and February. And because it's based on the lunar calendar, that's why it's also known as a Lunar New Year. It marks the end of the winter and the arrival of spring. That's why it's also called Spring Festival. It's a time for families to get together and celebrate. For you to get an idea, Chinese New Year in China is more like a Christmas for us. It's the most important and biggest holiday in China. Everywhere is decorated for the occasion and everybody is waiting for the big day. However, that is where all the similarities end. So you can see here in China, today is New Year's Eve and practically everything's empty. Nobody. Where is everybody? The Christmas Eve, the streets are full of people, but here in China, it's empty. And I will tell you, stick to the video and I will tell you why.
In China, let's go.
Chinese New Year is a time for families to reunite and spend quality time together. It's a holiday deeply rooted in tradition, where people honor their ancestors, reflect on the past year, and wish for a prosperous year ahead. For many, Chinese New Year is the only time they can reunite with family, making it even more significant. This is especially true for migrant workers who move to far-off cities for work, often spending most of the year away from their loved ones to earn a living and support their families. The date of the Chinese New Year changes every year because it follows the Chinese lunar calendar, which differs from the Western Gregorian calendar. The holiday falls on the first day of the first lunar month, typically between late January and February. This means that the exact day shifts every year. Business and work before Chinese New Year. The Chinese New Year celebration in China is so huge that even before the official holiday begins, the entire country is already in motion. Before we dive in, here is something that you need to know. Before the Chinese New Year celebration officially begins, business must plan carefully around the holiday, especially since it's a time when much of the country comes to a standstill. By law, employees are entitled to 5 days off, but many companies extended this by having staff work on one Sunday before and one Sunday after the holiday to make up for the 7 days break. In the days leading up to the festival, many employees start leaving work even a week before the New Year's Eve. While companies usually allow staff to leave 2 to 3 days before the holiday to give them time to travel home, some workers may request leave earlier to ensure they can catch trains, especially since getting train tickets is nearly impossible if you wait until the last minute. Due to the high demand during the Spring Festival travel season, Chunyun, tickets sells out quickly, and it's recommended to book them a month in advance. As the holiday approaches, many businesses start closing doors. It's so hard to find a place open, especially, for example, small coffee shops, they are already closed. This for 2 reasons. One is because there is few demand. Everybody's so busy working hard extra time so they can go home for a week. And the second is because the small shops, the owners want to go home, and usually they live far away. So they already close maybe even 2 weeks before the holidays. And so that's why you can see the streets already look empty. Factories too begin to shut down in advance, which can cause significant disruptions in the global businesses. Many factories close for several days around the New Year, leading up to delivery halts and potential delay for international shipments. This annual interruption can put stress on companies relying on Chinese manufacturers, requiring careful planning to account for these inevitable breaks in production. Preparations for Chinese New Year. Days before the Chinese New Year Eve, people make several important preparations to start the year on the right foot. One of the first tasks is cleaning the house. This is done to sweep away bad luck and negative energy for the previous year, making room for fresh, positive energy to flow in. Another tradition they have is buying clothes, new clothes, because this day, Chinese New Year, is very special, so they need to look the best. Especially the girls enjoy going shopping, the shopping spree. And also they take the chance to change appearance. Most of them, they change hairstyle, they dye different color. Another key tradition is decorating home with red decorations, which are seen everywhere during Chinese New Year. Red symbolizes good luck, wealth, and happiness. They also some put peppers to adorn windows and doors. These symbols of prosperity and happiness are meant to ward off evil spirits and bring good luck. The decorations are everywhere on streets, business, and in homes, creating a festive atmosphere similar to how Christmas decorations are seen in the West. It is hard to miss the bright red that fills the air during this time. And also for this occasion, the companies organize company dinners. Is a chance for the companies to put a good face for the employees, and I really enjoy it because it's the time to have a free dinner, and usually it's good dinner, good dishes, especially in Xiamen. Here's seafood. That day you can have plenty of food without paying, and of course alcohol cannot miss. So it's a no endless flow of alcohol. Usually it's Chinese liquor, they call baijiu, but also they have Western wine, which is more common now in China. And those days, Chinese culture is about drinking, be happy, so ganbei, until they lose consciousness, basically. Actually, I have an anecdote. These times, like 2 weeks ago, a friend supposed to come to Xiamen with another partner, but he came alone. So I asked what happened, and he said, his partner drank too much the night before in one of these companies' dinners, so my friend just came along. So things like this happen in Chinese New Year in China. See, nobody here, only me, making this video for you. So if you like it so far, please don't forget to like it and subscribe. From New Year's Eve dinner to the Lantern Festival. And now let's dive into the festivities themselves. The festivities kick off on New Year's Eve with the reunion dinner, the most important meal of the year. Families gather to enjoy a large multi-course feast filled with symbolic dishes like dumplings, representing wealth, and fish signifying abundance. This meal is meant to honor ancestors and Bodwin family, marking the beginning of the new year. After the dinner, many people will set off fireworks. These are believed to scare away evil spirits and bad luck, bringing in the good fortune. While they are banned in urban areas due to safety concerns and pollution, in rural areas, fireworks can be overwhelming. The celebration starts hours before the midnight, with a peak at midnight and the noise lasting for hours. The first days of the new year are spent visiting relatives and exchanging red envelopes, hongbao, filled with money as a symbol of good luck and blessings. The money amount can vary. For children, it might be small amounts, but for parents and other family members, it can be substantial, sometimes reaching thousands of yuan. A major aspect of Chinese New Year, different from Western holidays, is the importance of visiting family and friends. During the holidays, people travel from house to house to pay respects, exchange gifts, and wish others well. The first 3 days are the busiest, with visits to family first, then bosses, and finally friends. Lion and dragon dances. Traditional performance seen in public spaces such as shopping malls and parks. They are performed to bring good fortune and chase away the bad spirits. Chinese Zodiac and the New Year. Each year in the Chinese calendar is associated with one of the 12 animals in the Chinese Zodiac. These animals, rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, and pig, are believed to influence the year's events and people's fortune. In Chinese culture, each year is linked to one of these 12 zodiac animals. People born in the year of a particular animal are believed to face challenges during their Benmingnian, which is the year that corresponds to the zodiac sign. This period is traditionally thought to bring bad luck and instability for those born under that sign. To mitigate these challenges, it's customary for people to wear protected items. One such item is a jade pendant featuring the symbol of the individual's zodiac animal. Jade is highly valued in Chinese culture for its protective and healing properties. Wearing a jade pendant with the corresponding zodiac animal is believed for bringing good luck and counteract the negative effects associated with the Benmingnian. This year, 2025, for example, is the year of the snake. The snake symbolizes wisdom, intuition, and mystery. People born in this year are thought to be intelligent, wise, and able to navigate life's challenges with grace. The snake's influence is often linked with careful planning, strategy, and a deep sense of inner understanding. Empty, nobody. The city is totally empty. The chaos of the Chunyun. The spring migration. One of the most famous aspects of Chinese New Year is the Chunyun, the largest annual human migration in the world. As millions of people travel home to reunite with their families, trains, planes, and roads became incredibly congested. The sheer number of travelers can be overwhelming, with many people spending hours or even days traveling long distances. An estimated 4 billion trips are expected during the days leading to Chinese New Year, starting about 2 weeks before the holiday. These massive numbers reflect the high demand and congestion in the days leading up to the holidays, with billions of people on the move in a race against time to get home before the festivities begin. I once spent 4 hours standing up in a packet train just to go back home and meet my family for Chinese New Year. The role of technology and modern celebrations. Although Chinese New Year is deeply rooted into traditions, technology has transformed some aspects of the celebration. The most notable change has been the way hongbao or red envelopes are exchanged. In the past, people would give physical envelopes with cash, but today many people use apps like WeChat to send digital red envelopes, making it easier to share good luck with friends and family, especially those who live far away. In addition, online shopping has become increasingly popular. In the lead up to the holiday, people can now easily purchase decorations, clothing, and gifts through apps, avoiding the crowds and long lines in stores. This is just one example of how modern technology blends with traditions to enhance the celebration. The Lantern Festival. The Lantern Festival marks the end of Chinese New Year, falling in the 15th day of the new year, based on the lunar calendar. This is a time for people to light and display lanterns, enjoy traditional dances, and eat Chunyun, sweet rice balls filled with filling. The Lantern Festival symbolizes the end of the winter and the arrival of spring, as well as the unity of family. It is a joyous occasion filled with vibrant colors and community celebrations. Cultural differences with the Western holidays. Chinese New Year is far more family-oriented instead of gift-giving or large-scale celebrations. Chinese New Year is about reconnecting with family, honoring ancestors, and wishing for prosperity in the year ahead. For many, it's the only time they can return to their hometowns to spend time with their loved ones. While Western holidays like Christmas or New Year's Eve are typically celebrated one day, Chinese New Year takes much longer. In rural areas, the holidays can last up to 15 days, while in cities, business typically closes for around 7 days to allow time for festivities. During Chinese New Year, although there are sales and shopping for new clothes and gifts, the focus is on personal connection and tradition rather than material wealth. And this is how we celebrate Chinese New Year here in China. As you can see, it's quite different to what we use in the West. And if you want to know how I spent my last Chinese New Year, which by the way was not very happy, you can watch the next video, and also you can watch this other video to see how is the Lantern Festival celebrated in China. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you in the next video. Hasta la vista. McDonald's also closed. Oh, they will close 4 p.m. but you can see there are no customers inside.